Lost in Starlight, directed by Han Ji-woon. This is a new Korean anime that comes from Netflix, and this film has extremely good animation, honestly some of the best I've ever seen. Great performances and a touching love story, but it does have its flaws and I will get into those. But first, let me tell you what it's about. So the film takes place in our world, but in the not too distant future, like 2050. The film follows a young woman named Nan Young. When she was a little girl, her mother was on a Mars mission and she went missing or presumed dead. Now, as a grown woman, she's following in her mother's footsteps, desperate to make it to the next expedition to Mars. During this, she meets a young man who couldn't be more different from her. He is unmotivated and wasting his potential, named Jay. He is a tech repair guy who gave up on his dreams on becoming a singer-songwriter. And once they meet, the romance blossoms from there. The romance actually blossoms pretty fast. I remember when I went to the fan event premiere thing for Solo Leveling, one of the showrunners said that one of the difference between Korean storytelling and Japanese storytelling is that Korean tends to get there faster and Japanese tends to be more slow burning. I saw a little bit of Solo Leveling, but I did get that impression, and I mean same here. In romance anime, the kiss is usually at the very end, or they're dancing around romance the entire film, and in this one, 30 minutes in they're already kissing, so quite different. But I very much appreciated that because the film explores other themes and not just the getting to know each other and the little flirtatious vibes. And honestly, I feel like the romance was the best part of the film. The film really utilizes the sci-fi genre to explore long distance relationships towards the second half of the film. And as someone who has dealt with a version of that, it definitely touched me. And there's a montage that almost moved me to tears. Obviously, they're doing very different things. Nanyang is in space on a space station, and Jay is on Earth in his apartment. And it's just showing parallels of what they're doing and how they're communicating with each other. And during this montage, there's narration, and it's all very touching. And the music is slowly building, and it crescendos. And great scene, loved it. But also the first half and the overall theme of the film, I think loving someone and someone loving you can help you reach your goals, can motivate you, can inspire you. So many times in movies and in real life, you're often told like you need to focus on yourself, or you need to focus on following your dreams and don't get distracted with other people. And this film kind of shows another perspective where it's like you can do both. You could be trying to follow your dreams, and the person you love can be rooting for you and can help you achieve these goals by loving you. And I think that's a beautiful lesson. It's a beautiful story. I think it was done very well. Yeah, on that front, I love the movie. And at the end of the day, I mean, this is a romance anime, so if it did the romance well, it succeeded, right? But I have little complaints, like those a couple of awkward humor beats. I've seen a couple of K-dramas, and there's a lot of moments where I was kind of like, it's not that funny. The humor beat is lasting a long time, and for me, it extends its welcome. And there's a major argument that happens in the middle of the film that actually reminded me a little bit of the argument in La La Land, but I don't think it was handled that well. I feel like both of their motivations weren't that explored. It felt like the argument needed to take place for the story, but it felt a little bit out of character for both of them. So that didn't really sit well with me. Like, I felt like certain characters were contradicting themselves in that argument, but that did kind of suck. I'm not going to say it wasn't a big deal because it's a significant argument, so that is kind of a big deal, And I wanted more, honestly. The film is only an hour and a half, and I feel like the last act could have been like another 15 minutes. It did feel a little bit rushed. I mean, the film is a romance, it's sci-fi. There's a lot of, it's a mature story, which I very much appreciate because I am someone who likes romance anime, and since high school, I've always been so annoyed how they're always with like 16-year-olds. I mean, even as a high schooler, I always wanted more mature romance. I always wanted them to be at least 18, but like preferably a real adult, like 25. And they're always like 13 or 16. So I appreciate that this film was with the 30-year-olds, and it was a mature story, So the film's tackling a lot of different themes. Her baggage with her mother, and his own history with why he stopped playing music. And I just feel like it explored a lot of that well, but the second half, once it's all kind of paying off, I feel like it kind of was rushed and a little surface level. And that sucks, So I feel like the movie could have been a little bit longer, actually. But yeah. The movie had great music, a few original songs that I'm gonna save, and also just the score. It was pretty good. But the animation is very, very good. It's like I said in the beginning, it's some of the best I've ever seen. The character animation, the actual designs of the face is very simple, but the environment, the clothing, literally everything else, it's so good. So much detail, such good lighting, such good highlights, so much detail in the way light and colors reflect off of people and environments. And because there's sci-fi involved, there's like cool hologramic images that are very akin to like Blade Runner but not so dark, and just space, beautiful. Just for the romance and the animation style, I think the film is worth it. So I do think this is a film you should check out, though I did have some pretty serious problems with it. Still very enjoyable, and yeah, I would recommend it. So let me know your thoughts on the film, if you had the same issues with it as me, or if they didn't bother you one bit and you absolutely loved it. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching.